Just say the word Shazam. What do you know? This film is coming out here from DC and Warner Brothers. Some people got to see it ahead of time. Drop some social media reactions. I'm John Roca. That's Dennis Zhang. We're going to talk about the first social media reactions to this movie. But first, Dennis, are you excited for this one, and are you looking forward to hearing what people have to say?
Yeah, I'm excited for this one just because, you know, I've liked what we've seen from the trailer so far. It seems more of a lighter fare, and also there's been like a little buzz going on about, this one's good. Yeah,
a lot of buzz, especially from our own Dorian Parks here. He won't shut up about it, and so we'll see if we'll get a tweet from him later on that we read. But you know how this works. If you've watched any of our social media reaction videos before, we're going to read the tweet from some of the people, some of the critics out in the sphere, and then give you our thoughts about those tweets. All right, this is one we're looking forward to. Shazam / Captain Marvel is my favorite character from the DC universe.
Oh, is he?
I'm excited.
I did not know that.
I'm super excited about it. It's nice that we have some shirts that say Shazam on them once and for all out there for people to buy. So let's take a look at them and break them down. See the first tweets coming through. What do we have here? All right, this is from the other Scott M. Shazam is the superhero film that you never knew you needed. Zachary Levi was born to play this role. Ridiculously entertaining and nonstop fun from the start to finish. Loved every character and all of the pop culture references. This is what going to the movies is all about. Wow,
that's a very, very positive review.
Yeah, it is.
And I like that he says he loved all the characters. Because sometimes when you watch a movie, sometimes maybe the lead character is great or maybe someone else is a stand-up, but he's saying everybody. Yeah. So that's always a good sign.
Yeah, and it feels good that he's saying this is why you go to the movies, to see movies just like this and have a little bit of fun. All right, let's see what the next one is. All right, this one is from, I don't know, Artin Ninja Paul. There we go. Shazam is a laugh-out-loud, funny romp that captures the innocence and challenge of being both a superhero and a kid at once. It's clever, fun, and heroic with an obvious nod to 80s classics like Big, Ghostbusters, The Goonies, etc. Wow, that's a good tweet because you've heard people talk about how they were trying to make those references within the movie. Maybe they're making them really organically and making them work. What do you think, Dennis, about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, him saying Big and Goonies, those are two of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I know you aren't that big on Goonies.
No, I'm not really not.
But I loved Goonies. I love Big. I think referencing those kind of two classic movies is a good sign for me. And in the innocence part too, like we're not coming in here seeing Batman, you know, the Dark Knight, not that style. We're seeing a different lighter for you know, not so much a younger audience, but maybe a younger hearted audience.
Yeah, that's a good point. The kid inside of us, because that's what that film is supposed to be, right? Kind of a version of Big in a superhero world. You got that vibe from the trailer. It seems like they really captured it. And that was Paul Shary, who is the editor-in-chief at JoeBlow.com. He's got more tweets about Shazam if you want to go follow him there and see what else he has to say. What have we got next here on the tweets? This is from Jermaine Lucier. I like saying his name that way. I know a lot of people don't. Shazam is another win for DC. Sure, the humor and action you'd expect from a superhero film are there, but #Shazam movie stands out because of the emotional family story at its center. I had some small issues with the hero/villain aspects, but the family stuff is dynamic and powerful. Dennis?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone has any harsh criticism so far in the tweets that we've gotten. Just me, that was like the first little bit, and it was a very small thing that he mentioned, and so it seems like so far the critics are liking it.
Yeah, it's the soft criticism of maybe the hero-villain stuff. We'll see how that plays out. I think we'll all make our decision, obviously, when we go see the movie. But I like what he pointed out, that family aspect, the story aspect of it. You know, the first trailer that came out was about him being a foster kid and what's that like, you know, befriending another foster kid, what the relationship they develop as friends. And, you know, we know the best superhero movies are ones that have a strong emotional core at its center, and it builds out from there. And it sounds like that's what Jermaine is saying about the film. So let's see what we got. Was that one of your tweets?
No.
Let's see who we got next coming up here. All right, this is from @FranchiseFred. I love Shazam. I loved its sense of humor and kids playing. Loved how it championed foster families yet again, and really related to how it showed young boys getting jealous of each other. So he's just focusing on the young aspect of this all. Nobody's talking. We haven't seen anything yet, Dennis, about Zachary Levi's performance as Shazam. What does he bring to the role? What's it like when he's a superhero? A lot of focus has been on the younger kids at this point.
Yeah, but I think maybe they're just talking about Zachary Levi and bringing forth a youthful kid kind of performance, and maybe that's thrown into the mix. Because remember, he's supposed to be playing a younger kid, right?
Yeah.
And maybe he's doing such a good job that they're almost considering him playing that like he's a kid,
an
right? You know what I
extension.
mean?
Yeah. That's a good
so
point.
maybe they're looping him into that as well.
Okay, yeah.
So.
All right, let's see what we got next. All right, this is from Jenna Bush, our friend here. Finally allowed to say that Shazam was fantastic, full of heart and pure childhood wish fulfillment. It's funny, and the tone is exactly right. Add Zachary Levi is perfect in the role, and so is @Asher Angel, who I'm convinced is @Macy Williams' brother.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You got the Zachary Levi shout out.
Little shout out there
about his performance.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we have an upcoming, the season premiere episode of Comic Book Shopping. With Zachary Levi. We're promoting, he's promoting the Shazam movie.
Coy and Zachary Levi in the same comic book store. I don't know how it's still standing after they're done with it, because they have a lot of energy, both those guys running around. So I'm looking forward to seeing
when
that.
they were talking to each other, it was like...
It's like a foreign language.
Yeah.
Like, I can't keep up. That's another positive tweet from Jenna Bush there about the overall aspect of the film, the joy that the film seems to. We haven't seen one negative review yet, Dennis.
Which is a good sign.
That is a good sign. I'm now getting excited about this very much. So we'll see what's next. All right, this is Jim Vavida. Yes, I love Jim. Zachary,
from IGN.
Yeah, from IGN, exactly. Zachary Levi was born to play Shazam. He delivers lots of laughs alongside co-star Jack Dylan Grazer. The film packs some big surprises for comic buffs and offers enough mainstream appeal to win over new fans. Shazam's strengths definitely outweigh its weaknesses. Okay, so there were some hints to weaknesses here. I like that he's saying that it does do a lot with the comic book stuff. That's exciting for me personally. But he's saying overall the strengths outweigh the weaknesses, so you can't ask for better than that.
Yeah, I'm not like you, where I'm not too familiar with. I know the back history of the character of Shazam, Captain Marvel. But I'm not going to be, picking out like any type of comic book details for it.
Right.
But everyone keeps saying the tone is right, and I think that's one of the issues, that maybe certain other movies don't get right. It's like, oh, what tone are they trying to go for? Are they trying to go for serious? Are they going for comedy? Is it drama? What is it? Where it sounds like everyone's on board. Everyone knows what movie they're in, right? The director, the actors, and so forth. Yeah,
it seems like a lot of fun. I don't. People, whatever your feelings are about Aquaman, for some people it really, really worked. For me, it didn't 100% work in terms of the humor there. This sounds like this is across the board. The humor works for just about everybody who is tweeting about it. What's the next thing we got here? This is from Dorian. Hey, Dorian, you got on the show. Congratulations. I almost don't want to read it. All right. I absolutely love Shazam. It's my favorite DC film yet. Zachary Levi as Shazam was perfect casting, and the kids absolutely steal the show. It's an amazing family movie with dope fight scenes and great humor. You guys are going to love it.
Where's the lit? I don't see.
Where's the fire emojis?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But anyways, another good one. Also, we were talking about this skewing maybe for a younger audience. Dorian is one of the younger people here. Just much like when I watched Into the Spider-Verse, I loved it, right?
Yeah.
But I knew that it was meant for a younger audience, and so this might be the case as well, where maybe we'll love it, and maybe even the younger audience will love it even more than we do. Yeah, well, certainly true there. I mean, it seems like that's what the film is hitting on with every one of these reviews, is this feeling of youth, it captures, it brings you back to that time, lets you enjoy. A lot of us are kids from the 80s, or some of us are kids from the 80s, and we want to relive that time, and reliving that time through this movie is probably a lot of fun. And I know Dorian's only seen 10 films in his entire life, but you got to take his word for it if he likes this film. Especially when it comes to current comic book movies.
Current comic book movies. He's all schooled on those. All right, let's move on to our next one here. This one's from @/film. That's Peter
Cetera.
Yeah, Peter Cetera there. Shazam is parts Home Alone, parts big, a crowd pleasing. A crowd pleasing. You were thinking Chicago. Good, I like
exactly.
that. Sorry, let's do it again. Shazam is parts Home Alone, parts big, a crowd pleasing, family friendly, joy filled, wish fulfillment superhero film, which gets a bit over the top and cheesy at times. It's fun and funny, and I was surprised at how much it wears its heart on its sleeve. Okay.
Yeah, another throwback to a classic movie for kids, Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone.
Big, Goonies, Home Alone. These are all the right type of references for me to get excited. And he says over the top cheesy moments. You know what? Going into a movie like this, I'm expecting that.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not too bad, I'm sure I won't mind it.
I would agree with you. I think from that last trailer, you knew it was going to have some cheesy, funny moments, and that was going to be a big part of the movie. So if it's a bit over the top at times, it sounds like even with that stuff, the film still 100% worked for Peter, and the references he's making, like you said, Dennis, are all positives about the film. Let's move on to our next one here. This is from at Mr. Sean Gerber. That's right. Shazam is pure joy that would have been right at home in the Amblin era. Yeah, it's an E.T. reference probably. It has huge heart, loads of laughs, and even a few welcome scares. At Pony Smasher combines classic charm and modern irreverence to create a thrilling superhero adventure for all. I like this.
Yeah, definitely. So I think, is this Sean Gerber?
Yeah.
He's the founder and editor of Marvel Studios News and hosts a podcast, Superhero News, on the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
so,
yep.
I think that all sounds pretty good to me.
Sean has competed in the Schmodown, so that's how I know Sean.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll throw his hat in the ring every once in a while for the inner geekdom stuff. But look, this is what he's saying. I like that finally the director gets a bit of a shout out here. David F. Sandberg, stepping into these shoes as the director of this film, trying to walk into the DC universe with a different voice himself. And it looks like overall he really nailed it, because you're going to talk about theme and tone and comedy and references. The director is in charge of all of that, and it sounds like he's nailing it tweet to tweet in all these first social media reactions.
And you mentioned the Amblin reference, so that's E.T., definitely Spielberg.
Right, that kind of vibe.
The 80s.
Yeah,
vibe,
exactly.
so.
The kid in the adult situations.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at one more here. Perry Nemiroff. There we go, our own Perry Nemiroff. Huzzah! Shazam is an absolute delight, super vibrant, tons of heart, and a great, fun-loving vibe. The family element is a big charmer, and so is the humor that comes with watching Zachary Levi explore his new powers. Said this after it, but it's worth repeating. Jay Grazer Official is a star.
Yeah, that's very super positive.
Yeah.
And there you have the family friendly, fun, like all these type of things that, if like I said, if the tone is right, then all of that works.
Yeah, exactly. And look, so a lot of people who were DC kind of came after Perry for her negative reviews of Aquaman. Here you go. She's giving you a positive review of Shazam. We are not just one note. People like what they like and don't like what they like, and should be allowed to do all of that. And it sounds like a lot of people, including Perry, are super in love with Shazam. I'm getting more excited as we do this show. I'm even more upset that I didn't get a chance to go see this thing. But hey, hosting the show gets me excited now. I'm going to wait a little bit, nothing wrong with a little bit of patience, but I love all the tweets. Let's do one more before we go. Do we have one more, or are we done?
I think we're...
Nope, looks like we're done. All right, let's wrap this thing up. All right, well, thanks everybody for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing the first social media reactions for Shazam. If you were a little concerned or worried, I hope now you're feeling you're like calm and you're like excited now to go see Shazam. Dennis, what did you think?
Yeah, very few criticisms. I mean, there was a little bit here and there, but mostly positive. Yeah. So I think that's a good sign. That's the thing about what we're doing here. It doesn't mean that you're going to love the movie. It's just giving you an indication overall over a broad spectrum of people what they think. And if it's overwhelmingly positive, then the chances of you liking it are much more. And I think that's what's getting me excited. Yeah, it could be another positive step for DC as they move forward on this new regime and how they're presenting their universe. So I'm excited for it. I know Dennis is now, and we'll see if you guys are. Let us know in the comments section below if you're excited for the movie, if all these social media reactions got you even more amped to see what Shazam is going to be like. Let us know in the comments section. Remember to like and share this video on your social media and subscribe to Collider for more reaction videos just like this. Say the word!